the question of the day, the topic of the month of what's been going on in the blogs. I know y'all seen it where Bree, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Nick Cannon's baby mom.
Oh, yes. I know you're talking about. The girl who's on Selling Sunset.
Yes. So she did an interview in regards to, her relationship with Nick Cannon. And I feel like it's starting to be the norm now. These
why are people so interested though? Is my thing. Like, why do we keep interviewing her about her relationship with Nick Cannon?
But it's not just her. What I'm speaking on is like a lot of people are becoming open to these poly
or open or whatever.
Because women feel like they'll take a piece of a man. You know what I mean? Like they can't get everything that they're looking for from one person. So I feel like they're just like, well, if he can give me this and this, he might not can give me everything, but he can give me a baby, he can give me some money, a house. Okay, I can work with that. So they go with that.
So you feel like it's just our culture? Because when you really take a deep look into it, you look into the Muslim community world, they have multiple wives and they're okay with it. Isn't that considered a...
It's not just, it is, I know what you're saying. There are some cultures that are like, if you can afford to take care of X, Y, and Z, so many wives and the children, then you should be be fruitful and multiply. They'll take it to another level or have multiple wives.
They have multiple wives. So that's considered what?
Polygamy.
Polygamy.
Right. So it's been going on
day one.
Since day one. Now, we're not used to it. I'm not used to it. I couldn't be in a...
I was just about to ask y'all.
I couldn't do it.
Why can't you do it, Sharelle? I'm curious to what your thoughts are.
I'm not sharing my man. Like, I just can't share my man.
But what if you had other men on the side?
I can't. It's hard for me to maintain multiple men. I can't.
Okay, would you do how they're doing it? Like, would you be the one woman with multiple men though? Could you do that?
I just said I can't balance multiple men.
Well, you need to learn to multitask, honey.
Oh. I don't know.
What you do?
Y'all should try it.
My thing is this. I don't know.
What you mean?
Of course, Ashley don't have us. She just throwing us out there.
And I just feel like men are so open to doing it, but they can't handle it if they are the one of many. You know what I mean? Like if they just had to be one of the husbands.
I agree with you, Ashley.
I feel like they can't handle it. I feel like they can't do it. And I feel like we need to see the other side of it. We need to see a woman who has 5 husbands.
And where they're all in agreement, like, yeah, I'm Tuesday and Thursday and whatever.
Like, would you be in a relationship and if a man came to you and said, you know what, I have to have multiple women. I love you, but I need another woman. How would you take that? And you really like him?
I feel like I'm low-key dealing with that now in dating, just in general, being single. I mean, in my other relationships, I was in an open relationship and didn't know I was in one. So at least there's some dialogue and some communication. Exactly. But I'm saying that because I'm dating. I'm not
already dating. They're already dating multiple people at the same time. And when you're with them, you already feel like, you really like him. You're the only one. Like you're not thinking about, when he leaves and who he's with when he's gone. You don't know who he's dating and you know what I mean? What he's doing with them.
Who you texting? Good morning. Is it a mass text in the morning to everyone that you're talking to? You're juggling.
Not a mass.
You're juggling so many energies. You know what I mean?
Listen. Pause. I was on. Wait, because it's funny when you said the mass text. I was on this flight coming back and it was a high profile individual sitting in front of me and I can see them texting. Like they didn't have a screen on it. They would copy and paste the same thing to like 12 different women. I was like, oh,
dang, that's the kind of like people watching I like to do.
That's exhausting. I'm just saying, you be like,
the same picture.
See?
But
he might be a polygamist.
Or just living his best life. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it like this. I want open dialogue. I mean, I agree with Sharelle, like, and y'all, like, I feel like men can't handle it. You know, if you're saying this is what it is, it starts from the beginning. Hey, I'm dating other people. If that's the conversation, I'm dating with intention, or I'm dating for one partner. I mean, I prefer one partner. My pH balance prefers one partner. My mental, my heart, my time prefers one partner, because it's already a lot juggling this pie of like work and family and friends and children and all these things. And so I don't need all these other energies, because I believe in soul ties. I believe in, you know, mixing energies and other people's energies coming into your relationship and really coming into your spirit. And I don't have time for that. Like, I don't want to be getting tested over and over again because, you know, you over here doing this and doing that. I appreciate the honesty, because again, it's the other way around. It becomes cheating if it's not verbalized, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not for me. I just don't think I can spread all this love. And I feel like my value is just enough to where you know, I feel I love myself so much that you shouldn't want to share. You shouldn't want me to be out there being shared, you know, lock this shit down.
I think right now there's this whole thing with men, like they feel like, I mean, they should feel like they are a prize, right? But they feel like things have shifted. You know what I mean? I feel like there's this whole thing about a high value man, and they feel like if they're a high value man, then, you know, they have a lot to offer and they have a lot of resources. And so therefore, they should be allowed to have multiple women because they can afford it. And that just makes them, you know, an eligible person to be with multiple women. So I don't know. I think because women are allowing this mindset of the man being like the prize, and we have to be out here trying to get them and chase them. I feel like it's really just changed like the whole dynamic of dating. And I don't know. It's like,
I agree.
The women are the men now. That's what you call it said.
What is it? The soft. What is this?
What's the football player? Cam Newton? No, Brandon Marshall. He said.
Oh, he did say that.
What did he say? He said
the women are the new
the
men.
women are the men.
The new, yeah.
The women are the new niggas. That's what he said.
Yeah, the new N word. Mm-hmm. And because he got flued out.
Yeah, because he got flued out by an A-lister actress. You know, it's like the tables have turned. The men want to be wined and dined. They want to be flued out. It's just a different dynamic these days.
No, I want to be courted. I want to be, let me be the queen that I am, you know, let me know you're interested and show some effort. That's sexy. And I'm not competing. I feel, again, two people have to be in love with themselves to want to share that love and really negotiate their peace with someone else. And I don't have time to be splitting it up and dividing it up and all that. It's too much.
Neo is out here flaunting around on his girl.
Neo. That's right. That's another one.
Yeah, he's every day he's out like posting pictures.
Like four of them, right?
Seeing that either too. Like, why are they so like flashy with it? Like, why is it a show? You know, why do we need to know that you're with 10 different women?
Do they all date each other? Because they all be together in one.
That's a great question, Sharelle.
What type of relationship is that? Is that the
like where he's the main and then they have,
I don't know what you call that.
Do they hang out together? It's a little greedy. What you said it's called what?
Thin.
That's a lot to handle.
That is a lot.
Neo,
but maybe it's like a clout thing too. Maybe it's like they're just trying to be cool. I don't know.
But Neo,
I don't think I have been approached to be like this is my partner. this is my fiance, this is my person, but I'm allowed to date other people and date other women, I should say. Huh?
When was this?
It's maybe about 6-7 months ago. A friend of mine was like, recent. I like listening to people. No. I like listening to people and really, understanding where their mind is.
Did you think that you have a little thought process and was like, maybe I could do this? Did it?
No. No, I didn't like him enough.
Okay, what if you really, really liked him?
I think that wouldn't be my person. I feel like my values, my religion, just my spirituality, and really just my life experience. I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me. And I don't want to deal with another female.
But what if you don't have to deal with them? Like how
Oh, we saw that show.
Kofi.
Yes, yes.
The actor, he said he's ethically non-monogamous, so he was saying like every woman in his life serves a purpose and has like a role, and like one woman might not be as available because they have a career or they live somewhere else or something, so they're not as available. And so then he has this other girl who isn't as busy, so she serves a purpose. And then like he has a woman who he wants to have kids with, so it's like each woman serves a purpose, but I don't think any of the women really have to deal with each other.
And that's going back to like Nick Cannon and Bree too. Like, I feel like,
but I don't ever see Nick with his other baby mamas. I always see him with Bree.
I see him with the other ones. I know one of them.
Got to be with the other ones because he's still making babies with them.
And he's with them. Like I see him in the pictures. I see him like,
because Bree is baby number like
8,
6 or 7. I don't know, but he had more after her. And yeah. So
I'm saying like I see every time I'm on social media, I just always see him.
I feel like she's doing that too.
The only one that's posting.
Yeah, she's into this. She's about that life. You know what I mean? She's on reality TV. She's doing her thing or whatever. I mean, I don't know. She's definitely the one doing the interviews. You see Mariah. Mariah ain't having no.
Mariah is not a part of that count. She was
the first two. She was the only wife. But to each their own. Again, it's just not my passion, my portion, or my testimony. It's not my.
Bree's statement has defended they have an arrangement, not a relationship, an arrangement, stating that she is happy with their dynamic and does not feel the need for exclusivity.
And that's good for her.
She's lying to herself for now. You know what I mean? It's like, I got to make the best of this situation and I'm going to make it look amazing. Because why would you come on these interviews and be like, it's horrible? I hate it. Like she's going to say that. I feel like she's going to say whatever she has to say to get by.
I think I get too in my head. If the minute you walk out the door, you adding all this extra pressure to me. I don't want.
Right. We are emotional creatures. Like we get lonely. It's that time after that time of the month. We start, ovulating. When we start ovulating, we want it bad. And what if we can't get it from him?
I feel like they be having somebody on the side.
I wonder has that been asked?
If they don't,
do we know?
No.
Like all is fair. Like he can do him. She knows that he's gonna go to see these babies and be an active father. I'm sure that's what's attractive to her too. But like, I don't know, Ash.
Yeah, I don't think they got to be exclusive back, right?
I don't know. Has that been asked?
With these men, they don't want you out there. They want you to themselves.
I know Neo said that about his situation.
That they can't.
Know what he's saying.
Yeah, that they have to be exclusive to him.
That's every man.
But I don't think Nick Cannon, he's never said anything like that.
No, I think Nick wants his women to be exclusive to him. You don't see her with anyone else.
Maybe they're not allowed to publicly. Because you can't be that.
might as well walk around with a clown face, baby, because ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ain't no amount of money in the world that's gonna have me looking like Boo Boo the Fool while you out here with every woman.
I don't want it. I feel like, we got to go back to the times of being courted and being loved on and being, put on a pedestal, and really like men should be, fighting for our attention, and really like it's like the lions, you know what I mean? Like, let me go and impress her and really be like, choose this woman that I want to pour into, because we are way more, I feel like, complex. Like, men are very like simple, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of work. And if we want to be fulfilled in so many different ways, they need to focus.
But I feel like these new age women are making it so easy for these men. Yeah, the bar is very low. Like, the standard is not there anymore. So how do you change these men to go back to court and to go back to, because these women just,
oh, let me see that one more time.
Some of these are just making it so easy.
Right.
And it's hard for
others. I think it starts at home, like with our young people at home, like me teaching my sons, like what kind of lady to be interested in, how to be a gentleman, how to,
like that,
I mean, and like it really just, it's really about having like examples and representation of families and marriages and having them around certain company, and they got to see it in their face to believe it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see it, then you're just going to think, oh, well, I've seen all these broken up relationships and families, and I already know he probably gonna cheat on me. So let me just, I feel like if you don't believe it, that you can have a man that is gonna give you everything that you want and need, and you can have a whole, relationship that completes you and fulfills you in all the ways that you need. If you don't believe that can happen for you, then of course you're just going to go out here and be with a man who says, well, I'm going to be with 5 other girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. It does start with self. It starts at home. It starts with having those examples. I like that a lot.
And teaching your little boys, like I teach denim, open the door, says, ladies first. Just do these small things, because now you just see my grandfather, even my dad, they open the door for their wife, for women. They allow the woman to go first. These men are starting to act like the divas.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It starts at home. First. And a lot of these guys didn't have that at home. And it's showing now. It's showing now that they're older and they're dating. It's showing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just too many options and so much access. The access has gotten easier too. You could be at home scrolling and set up a date the next day instead of just walking down the street, and just really bumping into somebody.
It's just too easy. It's like they don't have to put effort.
No effort.
Now they can just double tap. I like you, double tap. And now,
And it becomes very transactional too.
Slide in the DMs. Like
it becomes super transactional to where it's like, you know what? It becomes quantity over quality.
That's
true. Too, it's just a lot of layers to that.
But I bet the men would say that it's like that because women just want money and stuff. So they like, well, if I can give you money, that's easy. You know what I mean? So
becomes a transaction.
Yeah. I think
now they ain't giving you no standards here. This is basically, you want the money, I want this. Now it's just a transactional fling until it gets out of hand.
It's just becoming nasty, just nasty out there, just nasty.
So how do you go about like changing it? Like, you like someone and you see potential in them, but they have those flaws of they don't know how to
be a polygamist, and you got to change them.
No, I'm talking about just being able to, for a man being a man again, like doing things.
That's tough.
I don't know about change. I don't believe in changing a man. I feel like a man is going to do.
Not changing a man. I'm just saying, like, changing not changing that man as a person, but changing his ways to be able to put the woman first, like doing little small things, learning my love language.
That starts with intention. That to me, that's the first like one of the first conversations. If I'm being approached, one thing, like I think it starts with, like we're all old school. We prefer a man to approach us, you know what I mean? Especially if we're out. And you know, it starts with that. And then when you have to start to have these conversations, where are you in life? Where do you see yourself? Intention. That's when you can start to like decipher who you're going to really start to invest in. Because I feel like men start to know early on if this is someone that they really start to like, you know what I mean? And it starts with, it's just really about intention and conversation and really like, this is where I'm at in life. This is what I see really happening for me. And if I like him, then it progresses. If it doesn't, then you know, it starts to naturally fall back because, you know, when you get in a space of knowing your worth and knowing your value, you're not dealing with the bullshit. You're not dealing with the red flags and just the nuances that would turn you off. Like, I feel like once you get in a space of being married, being divorced, dating multiple people, and just understanding who you are, you can choose who's not gonna go further on in the stage. You know what I mean? Because then we know we're wasting time. I don't have time for that. You know, I gotta like you. You gotta some things, but it's intention. I think it's.
I think sometimes guys can be a little slow, so I don't think there's any wrong.
Yeah,
she hit her button. You're mute.
Ashley done
when she hit her mic, she could have accidentally hit it. I've done that before.
Hello.
There you go.
There you go. You back.
Hey.
I was saying, I don't think that there's anything wrong with a man who doesn't like come already knowing like how to please you, because everybody is different. Every woman is different. Everybody thinks differently. So when it comes to, like you were saying, Sharelle, like changing a man or showing him, like, how do you get him to do the things or whatever? Like, I think it's just starts with like communication, you know what I mean? And like giving him hints. Like I would say, because men gonna do what they want to do, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if they really, really like you, they're gonna really like pay attention. So I don't like to like tell a man, aka Phil, because I don't like to tell him what to do, but I like to like hint. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a big hint, you know, like I pretty much lay it out without telling him, you know what I'm saying? Because I want him to pick it up on his own and like really be intentional about making a decision to do this to please me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if they don't start picking up on the hips, then they don't like you. So I think it's just like putting it out there, like, this is what I like, but not telling a man what to do. Because if you have to tell him what to do, I feel like he don't really like you like that. He just doing what you're saying.
Yeah, going through the motions or whatever, the checkoff list. I like that, Ash. That's a great point.
I have a question. This is a one that I have seen happen. Do you think a person can genuinely love more than one person at the same time?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever been in that situation before, Lex?
Have I been in that situation before? No.
In love, not love, but be in love.
I think people can be in love with multiple people at once. I'm saying like a couple, just because there's different types of love. There's different types of like, you could still not be over someone too.
Intimate, like sexually, intimately.
Like, what do you mean?
Like being in love, like there's different types of love. Like I love you, but being in love, like I love you to the point where I want to spend the rest of my life with you type love.
Yeah, I do. I feel like you could be in love with two people at once. I do.
I don't never want to come.
I don't either. I just think like I think you can, you know. It gets real tricky when that happens. But at the same time, look at us. We love all of our children. We love our, I know that's unconditional in a different kind of way, but if you have a bond with someone, if you're friends, if you have this, maybe intimate relationship.
Right. But that's a different type of love. Like we're going to love our kids because it's different. But being in love intimately, physically, it takes a lot.
I agree.
I don't think I can be in love. I can be in love with two people at the same time.
I think sometimes that happens because like you get caught up in the idea of being in love with somebody. You know what I mean? And if that happens, like if you fall in love with two people, I feel like it's not really love, it's the idea of love. Because if you really, really in love with somebody, like in love, like how could you fall in love with somebody else? Unless it's like one of those freak accidents, like you fell in love with somebody and then like they went on a trip and they disappeared and then you met somebody else or something and they came back. That's like a movie though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you like are just dating two people and then you fall in love with both of them at the same time. I feel like.
And that's why, to your point, Ash, that's what I'm thinking. Like you could still have love with somebody and it just didn't work out, or it's long distance or something like that. And, life happened and so that's why I feel like that you could still be in love with somebody. Yeah. More than one person.
Right. What's your take on emotional cheating, and is it worse than physical cheating?
Ooh. Shit. Wow.
No. I mean, I feel like,
dang,
that's a tough
one. Okay. Well, I think
most of the times it'd be like emotional cheating mostly be like, seems like the women in the relationship usually does the emotional cheating. Right. And then it's usually the man that does the physical cheating. So I would say the emotional is probably worse because women, we lead with our emotions. And like once we emotionally like gone, then the body is going.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Whereas like if it's a physical thing, I feel like you just got one off and move on. So for me, I would say the emotional is worse. But both are equally, I think, wrong.
I agree with you, Ashley. I feel like emotional is way worse just because now the heart, the mind, the soul, everything is attached to that. Whereas physical, it could be a one-off. It could be I fucked up or I slipped up or it was a mistake. You know what I mean? So I just feel like and that might be a little easier to get over than emotional, because when you're emotionally tied to somebody, there are feelings, your mind is involved, your heart is involved, and that can be very tricky and scary.
I did a podcast with this couple. They were amazing, out of Atlanta. And the husband spoke on it about, when men cheat. Men don't cheat with the intent to fall in love. Like they're cheating because it's the ego thing, or they want to feel like they still have it. But when a woman cheat, it's hard for that man to forgive that woman because they know emotions are attached. So he was like, it's not on the same totem pole, even though both of them are wrong. But when a woman, even emotionally, so I feel like emotionally, they don't even have to lay with that person physically. Cheating, just being attached to a man, their feelings and their attention are starting to drift away. And when they start drifting away, it's pretty much over for that.
Yeah. But I do know some hoes out there who will just bust one off real quick. So I don't want to just put that on the man. The hoes be hoeing. And
you're right, Ashley.
I just had to put that out there because we can't, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I do.
It is some that can cheat with no feelings.
And it's a turn off for me. If I find out you got a situation, I'm like, no, I don't want to try to penetrate that. I don't want no parts of it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just not my thing. And you become instantly unattractive.
What y'all think about people having like work husbands and work wives and stuff? I be hearing about that. Is that cheating or is that like just?
It depends because I have seen situations when Chad and I was in a relationship and he was close to females, but it was like, I know who they were. They were comfortable. But then again, you sometimes have to watch that too, because you don't know, they can play the role. And then, not saying that happened in our situation, but it has happened before. Who was it? I don't even want to put, one of the celebrities, the lady was booking the flights and doing everything, all in the face, smiling. And behind her back, she was cheating with the husband. Yeah, I ain't want to say it. Want to put my good sis. I ain't want to say it.
Not your twin.
But we heard it's public knowledge or whatever. You're right. That happens all the time. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
I'm gonna say I don't trust it.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
I'm gonna be the assistant. I'm gonna be the
everything you need.
I'm doing it all.
What you need? I'll book the flights. I'll wash the clothes. Take them to the cleaner. What you need? Make the reservations. I got you. Okay.
But I feel like I mean, I have guy friends, and I don't want a relationship to be like, or someone in a relationship when I become super serious to be like, you got to cut them off. I know my boundaries. I also know I don't want him to be uncomfortable, but I'm gonna be like, that's actually my guy friend. Like, there's nothing sexual. Right. There's anything going on, but actually that's a friend that has been.
But what if you start dating somebody and they have that work wife or whatever, and as far as you know, it is just work related, but it still makes you a little uncomfortable? Are you going to just suck it up and deal with it? Or are you going to speak up and say, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable with y'all's situation?
Definitely have to speak up.
It shouldn't make you uncomfortable unless they give you reasons to make you feel uncomfortable.
Right. But what if you don't have like any concrete, like it's like they're super close. They have good chemistry, okay, because they've known each other for years. They've been working together for years, but they're like, they're really close. She knows everything about him. She books everything, blah, 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 blah. So there's not anything that specifically that's wrong, but it's just like an intuition type of feeling.
I just feel like those are insecurity issues or jealousy. And for me, until you give me a reason to feel a certain type of way, then I'm not going to put it on you. I'm not going to put that in the air. Until you give me a reason to feel that way, I'm not going to make you feel uncomfortable because you have a friend. This person could have been friends before I even came in the picture. I'm not going to make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel like you have to sneak around to talk to your friend or be with your friend because I feel uncomfortable for no reason. Because you're friends with, a pretty female or just a female in general. Because I have male friends and it's just not right. Like, until you give me a reason to feel that way, then that's when I'm going to start acting a fool. But until...
And I agree with you, Sharelle, because it's like until you find out, like, something shady is going on, or you find out that they are booking flights for other women or whatever, then there's the issue. But other than that, to me, everyone starts with a clean slate until you prove me wrong that you can't be trusted. And I would definitely say something. I'm not biting my tongue. If it's something that's super uncomfortable for me, I got to talk about it. I want to know what's up. And if my intuition kicks in and then I find out some more stuff, then we got a problem.
Yeah.
But I just don't, it gets tricky, because you got the ladies are in and out, especially the guys. They, a lot of men, they just have staff or they have these ladies around and they bring in this energy, it can get a little tricky, but you gotta trust. Got to.
These were some good conversations. We got to get over to Humble Baddies Mail, but let us know how y'all feel about these topics, about this situation. Could you handle your husband or wife having a work husband, having multiple opposite sex friends? Let us know how y'all feel about it.